Like, who brings a golf ball to a football game?
Welcome to Her Sports Convo with Ashleigh Wilson.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Crazy to see you here again. I hope you had a good week last week. Hope you have a good week this week. Happy Thursday. I hope you're getting through it. You know, we're almost, actually, I think we are halfway through October, which is completely insane. But that also means that it's the time of the year which I become an avid baseball fan, as I've been watching all the postseasons, being, cheering on, seeing all the walk-offs. I'm into it. And I'm here for Jocktober, basically, because I don't really understand that much about baseball. If you're new here, I understand how the game works, but like the divisions and all that good stuff, have no idea who's in who. And I did not know that the Braves and the Dodgers were in the same conference. So when I found out that the Braves and the Dodgers would be playing each other, I was so sad. Because I like the people on the Braves. I like people on the Dodgers because those are the teams that I know the most amount of people on. But so this series has really been causing me some distress. But I'm here for it. I mean, the games have been pretty interesting, and I mean, 2 walk-offs, and the Braves are up 2-0. Well, they're up 2-0 in like my timeline. I don't know what it is by Thursday, but I'm here for it. It's been exciting. I watched a few of the Astros games. I've watched the beginning, middle of the Astros and Red Sox's series. Big Dusty Baker fan over here, so I hope they pull it off, even though, the Astros have their issues of their past, scandals, if we should say. But no one comes here for me to talk about baseball, so let's move on to more important stuff. The NFL this week had a good amount of drama, a good amount of predictability, as I only watched a few games based on the fact that I could not see the one game I wanted to see. But I watched the Seahawks Steelers Sunday Night Football, and oh boy, did they have enough drama for you, me, and our mamas. The whole thing at the end, where it was like no time on the clock, there was time on the clock. That was what everyone was talking about. But let's rewind a few seconds from that situation and talk about why didn't Mr. DK Metcalf just go out of bounds. I understand you're trying to get more yardage, you're trying to get your kicker a chance to make the field goal. But in this situation, when you don't have a lot of time, we're rushed for time, we're scurrying about, we have no timeouts, you have your backup quarterback in. Like, let's not add more hurdles into this situation. You know what I mean, Mr. Metcalf? Still love you, still think your hair's pretty cool. But I feel like not a lot of people are talking about that situation. You know what I mean? Because he was kind of hanging that ball out there, kind of loosey-goosey. But homie made the field goal. We go into overtime. Let's give Mr. TJ Watt his flowers, by the way, because he did such a great job on defense, especially in the overtime, as he was able to get Geno Smith's, fumble. But I mean, Geno was handling that ball like so loosey-goosey. I mean, a kindergartner probably could have taken it away from him the way he was handling that ball. He ended up fumbling, and that really hurt, because I think it was last week when they played the Bills, and Geno had the ball and homie tipped it, and then it was an interception. And then this week it was the same situation. I was like, oh, here we go again, Geno. But Geno will have his time. You know what they say, third time's a charm. And next week, I think Geno will finally get that win. And I wouldn't be shocked if Geno had a, end of career surgence kind of situation going on, where it really picks up at the end of his playing time. Because as we saw last night, counteracting the last 2 minutes in the overtime, Geno has a pretty good, situation. He's a pretty good quarterback. And especially for these teams who are just out here struggling at the Detroit Lions, who still haven't figured out how to win yet, he won't hurt. But I do know that Mike Tomlin, when he woke up on Monday morning, that he was calling up everybody who he could possibly think of at the NFL to talk about why that game even went in overtime. When they were like reviewing it and whatever, I don't know if y'all were really paying attention about that, but one of the commentators, you know how they bring in like the referee from New York, blah, blah, blah. And he said that it doesn't really matter if the referee like just takes it for himself and doesn't like alert everyone else. I don't think that's right. I think they should really do something about that, because that's why we had so much chaos at the end, because he knew the like head referee man knew that the people upstairs called for a review, but no one else knew, and that's why the clock hit 0 and everyone was like, oh, the game's over. And I'm pretty sure people were like, yes, let's go home, I have to go to work tomorrow. But it was not over. So maybe we should, write that down in the little booklet of things. The NFL, we should take a look at this in the off season. Maybe we should take a look into that, because I thought it was a lot, especially a lot to get the same result we still would have had at the end. But I guess no one could possibly predict that they would end up with a field goal at the end. But anyway, it was too much. Too much for that Sunday night football situation. But, I mean, good job for the Steelers. They're now 3-3, back at 500. Out of all the things that happened this Sunday in the NFL, I would definitely say the most upset person around the NFL was Urban Meyer. And that is because they managed to win against the Dolphins, even though they had to literally leave the country to get that win. I'm pretty sure he was so upset. There were signs that was not the plan, that was not how that game was supposed to go. And now he's finally won a game, aside from him stirring up all that drama with John Gruden to, distract from himself. But I am happy for them, I guess. I don't know. We all know Urban Meyer isn't going to stay there much longer, if not the end of the season. And them winning literally throws a wrench in his place, because he's trying to get out of town, as I've been saying, the entire season and the postseason. So it's good for them. Trevor Lawrence finally got his first NFL win, even though it was like a late second field goal and the game went down to the end. But they had a few of those and they still lost them. So I'm happy for them for that. But I know Urban Meyer is somewhere so mad that they won, because that was not in the plans. We were supposed to keep, we were trying to break the actual longest losing streak record alive, but we unfortunately could not even manage to do that, right? So, but I'm happy for the Jaguar fans, because I know that has to be a tough life to live, just in general. Just a real tough life to live if you're a Jaguars fan, because every week there's something else. But you finally got a little spark this week, so congratulations to you on that. And we know we do a feel-good moment every week, with quotation marks around every week, because I really didn't do it last week, solely because I forgot and I was having too much fun with CJ. Make sure to go check out last week's episode if you didn't. But the feel-good moment this week goes to our best friend in our head, Mr. Lamar Jackson, as he got his jersey retired at Louisville. How fun is that? And the video of them surprising was even better. Again, I say it almost every week. How can you not like Lamar Jackson? He proves every week that he can be a quarterback in this league, and he can be a quarterback in this league and throw the ball, because unfortunate for the Chargers that they got smoked out this week. That was not cute, my homies. That was not cute, Mr. Justin Herbert. You don't really want to go out like that, I think that it's really cool that he got his jersey retired, especially because, you don't usually get your jersey retired in college at such a young age. He's only been out of the league for 5 years, maybe? Don't hold me on that. Somebody find it and let me know. But usually you don't get it that early, and especially you don't get it and be able to see it in a lot of cases. And he even said it in the video that the Braves. He even said it in the video that the Ravens posted, surprising him with his coaches and stuff, telling him that he got it, because he was like, that's just so cool that I get to be able to talk to them and see them and get his jersey retired. So that was a feel good moment for me, because we love Lamar Jackson, and his personality is just 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Actually, it's 12 out of 10. Solely because he calls Lisa Salters Miss Lisa, and that just... Love the kid. But shout out to you, Lamar Jackson. You literally deserved it. Louisville football was not relevant before Lamar got there, and I don't think it's really relevant after he left either, because he changed the game. Lamar Jackson was Louisville. You know what I mean? He made it fun and he made it exciting, and watching someone from a school that you don't think about, a quarterback, being a Heisman Trophy winner, do it. And especially in the age where we live in, where if you are really good in college, especially in as I like to say, a 5-star position, it kind of doesn't turn out too well nowadays in the NFL. But the fact that he's doing it, especially after everyone's like, he wouldn't do it, he wouldn't persevere and make his way through that. You go, Lamar. We support you over here at Her Sports Convo, homie. Since we're just dabbling into college football this week, can we talk about how I was right about Ed Orgeron being out at LSU? Like, y'all know usually I'm very wrong. I am very, very, very wrong when it comes to predictions, seeing things in the future. But the fact that I got this one right, I was ecstatic. One, I was ecstatic because I knew. And two, I was ecstatic because, like, you know, I'm always wrong. And, I mean, again, we all saw it coming. Like, he got lucky. He got so lucky having Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and all those people come in at that one season and had their magical season. And now he just can't really produce. Stingley Jr. isn't really playing this season anymore. Another person got a surgery the other week and not playing anymore. It's just not working out. And the boosters are like, we got to find something else. And his time is over. I do think it's a good idea for him to stay the rest of the season because maybe they can salvage something out of the season and maybe get like a low bowl game since they're halfway through the season, but there's still a chance they could possibly get a bowl game. Once I saw that they lost to Kentucky last week, I was like, yeah, it's over. It's over for Ed. They're out of there because Kentucky's been really good this week. No, not discrediting Kentucky football because they're doing really well this season, but it's still Kentucky football and you're LSU. You know, you won the national championship 2 years ago. You're really playing like the bottom of the barrel situation right now, and it's not good. And I think Ed will get a good position as an assistant coach, probably at a Ole Miss, maybe in the SEC, definitely probably in the Big 12, especially as, you know, teams are coming in and Texas is doing awful this season. So maybe he'll end up in Texas. Probably not, but who knows? We'll see what happens there. But I only really watched one college football game this week. And did I not pick the perfect one? It was Tennessee and Ole Miss. So let's go back. As it was after the Braves won game one of the NLCS. Look at me. And it was the fourth quarter. So I'm turning it. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? You got Tennessee going down the field. After I thought homie definitely got the first down. And all those cameras that they have in college football games, especially in a primetime game, as that game started at like 7:30 or whatever, you would think they would have a camera on both sidelines, because every time they went through the reviews, it was just the one from the Tennessee sideline, the one from like Catter corner of the Tennessee sideline, and the one from the other end zone. You would think they would at least have at least 4 cameras, like one on each sideline and one on each end zone. But maybe no one thought about that. But maybe, we should look into that for the next game and the rest of the games. So take that into account, ESPN. But he didn't get the call, and the fans were upset, so they started throwing trash on the field. And yeah, that wasn't good. I mean, I wasn't mad that they were throwing trash on the field. I was just wondering where they were getting some of the things from, because the Ole Miss coach, he caught a golf ball. Like, who brings a golf ball to a football game? That's where I was personally confused at. Like, where did you get the golf ball from? And why is it here? And they were also showing like a whole container of French's mustard. Like, was the mustard and the ketchup at the concession stands not good for you? You had to bring in your own. It was insane. But the fact that there was so much trash around that field, it was kind of funny. And it was also kind of funny because, like, Tennessee still had a shot to win the game. Like, they were doing all this, and Tennessee still actually had a shot. Like, they had their timeouts left. They could have, like, got the ball back, which they did. And they almost got down the field with Joe Mixon. And when they brought in Joe Milton, I was like, I was wondering where you were at, buddy, because he was at Michigan and now he transferred to Tennessee. And so I was happy he got a chance to get out there and, get some reps in. But he tried his best, and it just didn't work out for them, and Tennessee still ended up losing. But that situation was crazy. I know it lasted like 20-25 minutes, and I was like, are we gonna get going here? I don't understand. Like, that game I felt like was really the epitome of college football. It had the diehards, it had the pomp and circumstance that everyone loves of college football, but it also had the ugly side of college football that fans are really, really into this game. And so it was fun and exciting, and I was really happy that they couldn't like cancel the game because people were throwing trash on the ground, because I thought that would really be unfair, because the players can't really help that their fans are really passionate about it. So the fact that the commentators were like going over the rules and stuff and saying that they couldn't cancel the game really made me happy. Not saying I'm going to go out here and throw trash on football fields now, but it's not the players' fault. And if they got punished for that, I felt like that would have been really bad. So shout out to people who looked through the rule book and found that. And I know y'all didn't think we were about to get out of here without talking about the WNBA Finals. Go Candice. Go Allie Quigley. Come on, Vandersloot sis. And a big round of applause for our girl Stephanie Dolson, who came in with the clutch shots at the end. She stepped up against Brittany Griner down there in the paint. And it was one of the best basketball series I've seen in a very long time. I even tweeted it out, because the entire WNBA Finals was a great showcase of basketball in general. And the fact that our girl Candice, came in on her first year after she was voted the most overrated player in 2019, snatched up the Defensive Player of the Year in 2020, and got the WNBA championship to her city for the first time ever in 2021. That's what we call a comeback. Well, it's not even really a comeback, because she really wasn't anywhere. She was just in an awful situation when it came to that spark. So she got out of that. I know Derek Fisher was not a happy camper on Sunday. He was definitely punching a pillow, probably a wall, because he let his best player go and didn't fight for her and didn't stand up for her. But that's what you get. You lose a good thing if you don't treat it right, y'all. Take that. But I was happy. It was so exciting. And can we talk about all the hate that Diana Taurasi is giving? There was a report that she broke a door after they lost the last game, and now everyone's on Twitter poo Diana Taurasi. She's awful. Where did y'all come from? Where did y'all come from? As I am not a big fan of the Suns, because our girl Skylar Diggins-Smith, girl, you were doing some acting on Sunday. You wonder why your shots were not going down. You were given an Academy Award winning performance. It was every other thing. She was oh my gosh, I'm about to break. Girl, calm down and play basketball, please. Thank you. And the rest were rewarding her for that, which I had beef, but this guy ended up winning anyway, so I moved on past it. But Kalia Cooper, she's my next favorite basketball player, because one, that photo, if you're watching on video, I'll put it right here. Iconic. If anyone is out there, Kalia, if you're listening, girl, make merch of that photo. I'll buy it. That is now the new AI photo. The photo of AI stepping over Ty Lue, that is that photo, but even at a higher level, because she stared sis in the eye. She was come at me, bro. Come at me. You can't handle this. And I was here for it. I'm so happy she got the MVP. And she even said, in her speech when Candice came in training camp, Candice was on her to be her best, and it worked out. And I love to see it. It was a great story. They got to end it in Chicago, win in a very big fashion the third game. And I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, on the third quarter. I was what is happening, ladies? We need to get it together. But they got it together, and I'm happy for Chicago. The city of Chicago supported them. And now Chance, I guess he's trying to be the equivalent of Drake for the Toronto Raptors now. It's weird. I'm not here for it, if we're being honest. But to each their own. And like I said, Chicago really popped out for them. The game 3 and 4 were sold out, which I'm saying, put these ladies on TV. People want the product. And I'm happy for it. I'm happy for the WNBA. I'm happy for these women. And now I'm even more happy for them, because Athletes Unlimited is doing a basketball season with them starting in January. So I'm excited to see who's going to participate in that, and especially how that's going to go, because the sports that they currently do are very easy to, do points by, but they figure it out every year, and every year it's very entertaining. So I'm here for it. I'll let you guys know when that starts up, as always, because, we're always here for the drama. We're here for the new news, the breaking stories, and gosh, I love the Chicago Sky. Is my new favorite WNBA team the Chicago Sky? No, it's just the team I like right now in the moment. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. Make sure to like, comment, rate, subscribe wherever you decide to listen to your podcast at. Head on over to Instagram and follow at Her Sports Convo to stay up to date on all things Her Sports Convo. Check out the YouTube channel, Her Sports Convo. We are 10 subscribers away from 100. And if you're not subscribed over there, I post new videos every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What are you doing? If you're not subscribed to the Her Sports Convo podcast channel, what are you doing? Like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. We can watch each other talk every week. It's a little bit more engaging this way. But if you're listening on audio, you can do the same too. I like it wherever you listen to, wherever you prefer. I'm excited. The NBA starts on Tuesday for me. It already started 2 days ago for you. And that's probably what we're going to be talking about all next week. So make sure to come back. And as always, be safe, have fun, and don't be afraid to join the convo.